Welcome viewers. This video is for NATE's Computer Management Information Systems 3350 class final project. My name is Wendy and I'm narrating the Group 1 presentation. For our visualization project for Tableau, we decided to look at the Edmonton Oilers hockey team. We asked, what are the possibilities of the team winning a cup this year? In exploring this question, we wanted to look at a few factors. Do we have good players? How have the Oilers been playing in past seasons? Are the salaries correlated with performance? The divisions in the league have been reshuffled this year. Does that improve the team's winning chances? Typically, Tableau is not used for predictive analytics, but we were curious, so here's our Tableau story. I remember when the Edmonton Oilers entered the league. It was exciting to have a team we could call our own. Yes, I'm pretty old. We watched hockey as a family, and it was exciting to see our team take shape with Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry, Mark Messier, Kevin Lowe, and Glenn Anderson. Until 1991, our family had season tickets for hockey. Getting game tickets in my sock for Christmas was a big deal. But the playoff tickets were coveted. I attended one playoff game with my dad, and it was a wild experience. The energy in the Coliseum was electric, a kind of energy that permeates the city. In 1988, when the Oilers won against Boston in 4 games, I watched from the sidewalk on Jasper Avenue as thousands of fans marched with brooms yelling, "Sweep! Sweep!" That kind of energy in a city never really seems to completely fade. Fans have remained loyal, but they continually ask the question, when are we going to see another cup? In this visual, we will explore the possibilities of the Oilers winning the cup this year. For the 2020-21 season, the league divisions were restructured due to restrictions on travel. On this page, we can see that Edmonton Oilers are ranked 10th in the league, winning just over 60% of their games. However, regular season games are still being played, and our group used the data available so far this year. We can hover over the viz and click around to explore the data. This shows how the Edmonton Oilers fared overall in the league for the past 5 seasons. Overall, their performance has not been great, coming in at 26th in the league. We can hover and click on the viz to explore the percentages of games won in both regular and playoff seasons. On this page, we can see the performance of the forwards in the league. Edmonton Oilers have the 2 best centers, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, as shown by the number of points they have gotten this year. In the chart on the left, we can explore the players' scoring percentages as well. Is it about accuracy or opportunity? We can hover and click around to see the stats. Interested in your favorite left or right winger? Use the filters to see how these players are doing. Defensemen aren't known for racking up points, but for helping to reduce the number of shots on goal that the opposition has the opportunity to take. The better defensemen spend more time on the ice. We can see that Edmonton's Tyson Barrie averages 21 minutes and 44 seconds on the ice per game. We can also see that Tyson is 3rd in overall points in the league. While analyzing Oilers' performance and statistics, we also decided to see if players' salaries are justified by their performance. On the Oilers team, Connor McDavid has the highest salary of $13 million, followed by Leon Draisaitl with a salary of $9 million. The rest of the players on the team fall behind on goals and scored points. Their salaries are significantly smaller as well. This makes us conclude that the player's salary is justified by performance. While looking at our data, we also observed that the players with the highest salary are very young as well, which is understandable since younger players are more physically fit, typically have fewer injuries, and might have more motivation to perform well or prove themselves. When looking at top 20 salaries from other teams in the division, we can recognize the same trend as in the Oilers. Younger players who score the most goals and have the most points have the highest salaries. For example, Austin Matthews with the Toronto Maple Leafs scored 24 goals and has 42 points and a $15.9 million salary. The Edmonton Oilers are very lucky to have McDavid and Draisaitl on their roster, since their stats are the best in the division. In the next few visualizations, we will examine goalie performance. We aim to know the correlation of the top performers versus the top earners. We also want to know how Oilers perform in comparison with other NHL teams. Goaltenders are the last line of defense on a team, and having above average goaltending is a must for a championship team. In this chart, you can see the ranking of the top 20 goalies in the NHL. To help us evaluate and rank the performance of the goaltender, we have considered 3 metrics. We focused on the goals saved above average, goals saved above expected, and adjusted Fenwick save percentage. In this season, the Tampa Bay Lightning goalie, Andrei Valesky, is the best. This dashboard summarizes the salary earned for the goalie's position in 2021. Unfortunately, Mikko Koskinen, the Oilers goalie, is 14th. This board gives us an idea what are the statistical ranges of performance for goaltenders. Under the NHL overall performance for the goalie position, we can see that Edmonton's performance is within the average range in comparison with the rest of the team over the last 5 years. For the Oilers goalie individual performance chart, we can see that Mike Smith is doing better in the 2020-21 season. However, Mikko's performance is declining, which put the Oilers team's performance in the average range. This board provides a summary on what the future will be like for the NHL and the Oilers goaltenders' performance. This information alone does not give us the stance if Oilers will win the Stanley Cup. However, having this information can determine one of the aspects the Oilers need to work on to be able to win the Cup. Here is an analysis of the top 100 NHL players by points. As we can see from the bar graph, the top 100 players by points creates a relatively smooth curve, while at the top of the graph, McDavid and Draisaitl are major outliers, as their points are much higher than the trend. How can we predict the Oilers' chances of winning the Cup? We can compare the Oilers' current standings with the last 10 teams that won the Cup. We can ask a few questions. Are there trends in teams who have recently won a Stanley Cup? Do the Oilers follow any of these trends? Are there positive outliers in the 2021 Oilers stats compared to these teams? Are there any negative ones? Can we use these approaches to predict if the Oilers will win a Cup in 2021? In this viz, we compared the regular season stats of past teams who have won the Cup. We can see that the Oilers' current point percentage is average. We can also see that the Oilers' league ranking is average. Goals per game and goals against per game. Compared to the regular season stats of past teams who have won the Cup, fortunately, the Oilers have above average goals per game, but unfortunately, above average goals against. Shots per game. The Oilers have the lowest shots per game stats compared to the last 10 teams who won the Cup. This needs to improve to be competitive in the high-stakes playoff rounds. Oddly enough, the Oilers have the best power play conversion compared to the last 10 teams who won the Cup. However, they have the worst penalty kill conversion by comparison. On a positive note, in seeing that the Oilers have the best power play conversion, this could suggest that the Oilers score power play goals with many different players, not only their best scorers. In conclusion, the Oilers have the strongest players in the league, a good point percentage, fair team ranking, good goals per game, and below average goals against per game. So what does this all mean? When our group was planning for this project, we thought it would be relatively easy to calculate the odds of the Edmonton Oilers winning the Stanley Cup. Crazy, hey? When we realized we couldn't do it, we did find this website, moneypuck.com, to do that part for us. These statistical hockey gurus have the game down to a science. The website constantly updates their stats, and here they are as of April the 8th. In this beautiful chart, they had predicted Edmonton, 8th overall in the league, a 99.1% chance of making the playoffs. But as we follow the line over, we see that the chances of winning the cup are only 2.4%. It's not zero, but it's fairly safe to say that Oilers fans are looking at another year of no cup. We will continue to be hopeful and wish the magic that has pulled some of the best players in the league together graces us with a cup in the near future. Here are our references. Without these, our class project would have not been possible. In closing, we want to say thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed our video. If you want to check out our Tableau visualization, please check out this link.